Hi guys, so this is the second video of the first lesson of unit 7. And this is the second part of the worksheet, the back of the worksheet. So we will be adding and subtracting our polynomials. So first I'm going to go over addition example, then subtraction example, and then we'll do all the odd examples 13 through 23, and then I'm going to do number 26, and then you're supposed to do the rest of it on your own. So addition example, this is a polynomial, this is one polynomial, this is another polynomial, and we're adding them together. Addition, right? So that's the rule. If we have addition plus in front of the parentheses, we can just take those parentheses away, okay? So in other words, when there is positive in front of the parentheses, you just take the parentheses out. You don't need them. The situation right here is the same. You don't see anything in front of these parentheses, right? So there's no negative. So you just take out the parentheses. So I'm going to get rid of them now. I'm going to copy everything the way it was, but without any parentheses. Okay. Now what I have to do, I have to combine like terms. Okay. And the terms have to be the same to be combined. What do I see here? I see x squared and I see 2x squared. Those two could be added together, can be added together. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put them close to each other. X squared plus 2x squared. Then I'm looking for x term. I see 11x and I see minus 5x. I'm going to put them together as well. 11x was positive, so I'm going to put plus 11x minus 5x. And then all I have left is number 13 and minus 23. So I'm going to say plus 13 minus 23. What did I just do? You would ask me. I just put the like terms together next to each other so I can add them. So I'm going to add these two together. I'm going to add these two together, and I'm going to add these two together. I wonder if you would ask me if I can add 2x squared and 11x. No, we can't, because x to the second power is one kind of term and x is the other term. So we cannot add them together. They are different, even though they look like they look almost the same. They both have x's, but this x is to the second power and this x is to the first power. So we cannot add them together. So x squared, how many x squared are there? So there's 1x squared. If we don't see any number in front of a variable, it means that it's 1. So 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 what? 3x squared. 11 minus 5 is 6. So it's plus 6x. 13 minus 23 is negative 10. That's what we're going to put. Another thing what I wanted to tell you is that you have to have your answers in standard form, which means that the order of the powers have to be descending. So we have second power, first power, and there is no variable. That's the way it should be. You cannot just say 6x plus 3x squared minus 10. It wouldn't be in standard form. All right. Now subtraction example. We see that in front of these parentheses, there's nothing there. So we can take out these parentheses. These two, because in front here, there is no negative. So if there's no negative, it means it's positive. And if there's positive, those parentheses are not even needed. So 4x squared plus 5x, I'm going to just copy it the way it is without the parentheses. Now, you have to be careful here. You see the negative? So this negative means that everything inside of these parentheses, every term is going to have an opposite sign. It's like the same thing as we would multiply each term inside of the parentheses by -1. So -1 times 7x is -7x. But I wouldn't want you to even waste your time on this. All you have to do, you have to realize what the signs are in front of each term. So 7x is positive, 3x squared is positive, 1 is positive. So we're going to get rid of those parentheses. However, we are going to put opposite signs in front of each term. 7x was positive, now it becomes negative. Same thing happened to this term and to this term. It was positive, becomes negative. Now we have to group the terms together. I see that there's two terms with x squared. So 4x squared minus 3x squared. Then 5x and 7x, negative 7x can stay together. And then -1 is in the end. Now we have to combine these two together and these two together. 4x squared minus 3x squared is 1x squared, which is just x squared. 5x plus 7x is 13x. It's not 13x, it's 12x. Sorry about that. Minus 1. So this was our subtraction example. So I'm going to go over the odd problems, like 13 through 23 now, real quick. So here we have plus in front of the parentheses, plus in front of the parentheses. We're just going to copy everything the way it is, but without the parentheses. So x plus 4x can be grouped together. 5 and -7 grouped together. And we're going to combine like terms. X plus 4x is 5x. 5 plus 7 is 12. So this is my final answer. Number 15, again, we're dealing with addition. We're adding the polynomials. There's no negative in front here, so we're going to copy everything the way it is, but without the parentheses. Now we're going to group them together. There's just one cube, there is a third degree term. There is two terms with squares, right? With W square. So we're going to put them together, and then we're going to put our constants right after. Now we're ready to combine like terms. W to the third power is left alone because there's no other term with the third degree of W. Now we're going to add them together. -2 plus 3. So this minus is actually becomes negative. So it's -2 plus 3. It's +1. +1 W squared. So it's W squared. -5 minus 11 is -16. If you're still having trouble with your negatives, you can either use your calculator or watch some videos on how to subtract negative from negative. Okay. Number 17, we're dealing with addition as well. So we're going to copy everything the way it is, just without the parentheses. We're going to group our terms together, starting with the highest power. So it's -p to the second power plus p to the second power. Now our p terms are these, plus p squared minus 4p. And then constants are left, so please pay attention. It's +8. 8 was positive, so it's +8 minus 5. Now we're going to group them together. They're grouped together. Now we're going to combine them. -p squared plus +p squared. Plus p squared is nothing, because -1 plus 1 is 0. So basically, they disappear, these two terms, right? After we combine them. 5p minus 4p is p. 1p, right? So which is p. 8 minus 15 is -7. We done? Now, the next three problems are subtraction problems. So here we have positive in front, so we can copy this. without the parentheses. Here, we have to be careful. We have negative in front of the parentheses. It means that each one of these terms will be opposite. So it was positive 3 here and positive 5 here. So it becomes negative 3 and negative 5. My pencil just broke. I'll get a new one. So please pay attention that negative disappears, but it goes right here. So it's just one negative. I don't want to see two negatives. Okay. So now we're going to group them together. These are my x squared terms, and these are my x terms. We're going to combine like terms. X squared minus 2x squared is negative 2x squared. Negative 17x minus 15 is negative 22x. I guess I need another pencil. All right, so this is the final answer for number 19. So 4c minus 11 is just gonna be copied because there's positive in front of the parentheses. There's negative in front of the parentheses. So each one of these terms will have opposite signs. So it was positive becomes negative. It was positive becomes negative. We're gonna combine like terms. 4c minus 4c. We're going to group them together, I'm sorry. Negative 11 minus 11. So 4c minus 4c is nothing. Negative 11 minus 11, please pay attention, it's not 0, it's negative 22. Number 23, we're dealing with subtraction as well. We copy everything inside of the first parentheses without the parentheses because there was positive in front of here. So all the terms inside here will have opposite sign. So 15 becomes negative 15 minus 8v minus v squared. We're going to group the like terms together. Pay attention, it's plus 7v because it was positive. Minus 8v minus 15 plus 14. Or 14 minus 15, doesn't matter, same thing. So negative 1v squared minus 1v squared is negative 2v squared. 7v minus 8v is negative 1v, which is negative v. Negative 15 plus 14 is negative 1. So this is your final answer. And then the last thing that I wanted to go over is the number 26, which tells you to subtract. It's a little tricky. Subtract this polynomial from this one. So what are we subtracting? We're actually subtracting this one. Subtracting this polynomial from this one. So this goes first. And then we subtract this one. Because we subtract this from the first one. W to the third power plus 6w squared minus 2. So I set it up for you, and all you have to do, you have to solve it using the directions from before. I just wanted to help you to set it up so that you don't make mistake by subtracting this from this. Because we subtract this from that. Okay? All right. Have a good day, guys. Just the only thing I wanted to tell you. So this is the classwork. It will be 1 grade, and then we'll post another assignment that will be due on Wednesday. It's going to be going in as a homework grade, and it will be due on Wednesday. This is due on Tuesday, and that one will be due on Wednesday. Have a good one, guys. Bye.